Okay, I just want to make a short video just to go over some of the bullet points of Prop 207's cultivation, home grow scheme. So, let's see. So what it essentially is you can grow 6 plants for 1 adult at 1 residence, or if there are 2 adults at a residence, you can grow 12. If there are 3 adults at a residence, you're limited at the 12. So it doesn't matter if you have extra people there or not. Some people won't be allowed to grow plants because of arbitrary limits on a residence. So that's one thing. So you can grow your 6 to 12 plants at your residence, and you can keep whatever comes from those plants, and if you're lucky you'll get something substantial. That would be nice. The grow itself has to be like, the cannabis has to be in prison. It's like it still has to be under lockdown. The cannabis is under lockdown. We're under lockdown. Everything is under lockdown. America is the big lockdown state, the big lockdown country where everything gets fucking locked down. Your plants get locked down. If you have too many plants, you get locked down. All this sort of bullshit. Everything is a lockdown. Everything is a control. Everything is a manipulation. Don't you feel free? Don't you feel free? So free that you go through a list of items in order to see how to stay out of fucking prison for weed in Arizona after we legalized it. After it was legalized. Jared Holloway, thanks for the shirt, buddy. This is my Prop 207 shirt. I asked Jared to make this. He made it for me. So it's not in public view. So your grow has to be in your yard, has to be in like a little greenhouse or an enclosure that can be locked, or somehow to prevent minors from accessing it. So not sure how that exactly works when it comes to educating your kids about it. If you have kids at home, your plants need to be locked up, just so when they come around, if they do, they can't hold you and say, oh, you left it unlocked and now your kids had access to it, therefore you're a terrible parent and we're going to do all these terrible things to your family now because you didn't have a lock on a greenhouse door. So you have to watch out for the scenarios that are created by these bad laws, because a lot of bad things are created because when you start putting restrictions on limits on things, that's when you have to have enforcement. And enforcement means that there's some sort of crime, there's some sort of fine, there's some sort of control mechanism that's in place that will tackle you and come after you and treat you like a criminal because you dared do something that was actually an act of a free person. Okay, so you can grow your 6 plants. They got to be behind a greenhouse. Now, when you grow them, you can make your own concentrates. You can't use chemicals. You cannot use chemical extraction. You have to do it in other forms. You cannot promote it or advertise it to the public. So it can't be like, hey, I'm having a big special, we're giving away a free ounce of weed, come on down, blah blah, and it's some sort of promotion. You are allowed to assist others in putting together their operation. So if you want to help somebody with a garden, you can do that. Go over and help them out, put it together. You're allowed to transport 6 plants. You're allowed to transport 5 grams or less of concentrates. If you make your own concentrates, you're limited to 5 grams. I did not see anywhere where it said that your homegrown products are limited to 10 milligrams each. That'll be interesting to see if that comes up in the law, and someone says, well, you made this homegrown product, this edible, these brownies, and these brownies have 50 milligrams of THC in them, not 10. You see? So does that become a criminal thing at that point? I didn't see anywhere where it does. So it doesn't specifically say that it is. It doesn't specifically say that it's not, which is a problem when people write these laws. They don't look at the specifics. They just think generalizations are going to work, and generalizations don't work. Generalizations create more gray areas. Generalizations make it so that there's loopholes, not only for you, but for cops. You really have to sew this shit up. You have to stitch it tight, because there's really no other way around it. Otherwise, they're always going to be coming in looking for a chink in the armor to get at you because of this plant. Let's see, 21 years of age and older. If you're under 21, get yourself a med card. Or just say fuck it and take your chances. There's fines. It doesn't protect minors. It doesn't protect anyone under 21. It doesn't protect adults under 21. 18 to 21 are not protected. And under that are not protected. You have fines and you have crimes. This Prop 207 would gladly put a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old in jail for a Class 1 misdemeanor. And I think I read the Class 1 misdemeanor is up to, I'll have to look at it again, I'm not positive, but it's several months. It could be several months, like 3 months or 90 days, 3 months or 6 months in fucking lockup, in fucking jail, probably county jail, just because you had a second offense of having an ounce of pot on you or something. You broke the law in some way that wasn't allowed. So even though we still have legal weed, we have legal lies. That's what we have. We have legal lies, and you have to navigate that space knowing that it's a lie, and that it's manipulation, and that it's a control scheme, and that you have to like sort of, how am I going to get through this and navigate it? Your home grow cannot be in public view, so in your backyard is fine. If you have a backyard, maybe you live in an apartment, get yourself a small greenhouse. So what we want to do, what I'm thinking of, is this is something that people already do anyway, and that is share. I mean, there's a tax, there's a huge tax on this thing, 16% tax, put another 8% on there for already existing taxes. That's 24% tax. And then it says in there that they'll cap it at 30%. So if the federal government or the state raises the tax on weed, they can raise it all the way up to 30% before it gets capped. Now, when my wife, she had ALS, and when she was dying, cannabis was part of her medicine. And this nonsense about Oh, well, I forgot what I was going to go with that. Just edit this and delete this part. Great. I don't like to delete. Forgot what I was thinking. Um, her milligrams were far above 10 milligrams, or like 75 milligrams to 100 milligrams every 4 hours. I had something on my mind and I forgot what it was. If it comes back to me, I'll get back to it. Anyway, so for the taxes and sharing. So it was very expensive. Like I said, she was 75 to 100 milligrams every 4 hours, and so there's a huge expense that is associated with something like that, because I had to go out and buy medical cannabis because of the amount that was being consumed and how quickly we would go through it. And so it gets very expensive. And so you have a lot of sick people who don't have medical cards right now, who may not be inclined to get them, who it's better off if they just learn to grow their own at home so that we can avoid paying the taxes. So that sick people can say, like, they have their garden out back, and we teach people how to grow the plant, how to harvest it, how to take care of it, how to manufacture, how to create their own concentrates and things, how to make sure that they're putting together things that suit their medical needs, instead of sick people being charged 24% tax every time they go to the store, and they have all this extra money that's being spent on these ridiculous notions that these idiots who wrote this initiative decided that this was a good way to pay off all their government co-conspirators, the cops and the politicians. They wanted to make them get all their money. They wanted to expand the size of government, create new bureaucracies, and all this nonsense. And this thing could have just been handled so very easy if the people had had justice and doing what was right on their mind, instead of just how much they can fill their pockets and how many little crumbs and scrapes they could throw to the masses in order to get public support for their scam. Well, they got it because y'all decided that, oh, I get to grow 6 plants, so hoorah, sis boom bah, I'm gonna rock and roll with that and fuck everything else. Okay, well, you fucked everything else, and so now you're gonna have to live with it. So let's navigate how to live with it. Share. If you grow pot, share it with people, because you're not gonna want it sitting around getting old and going stale and drying out. You're gonna want to share it, get it out there, let others have it. But remember, you can only transport 1 ounce at a time. 1 ounce with 5 grams of that ounce are allowed to be in concentrates. You can transport 6 plants at a time. You can transport and purchase and sell like equipment and stuff to help you grow. So the way I see it is, if we help people establish gardens, help sick people and others who just want to be able to have their plants and function without having to pay the taxes or feed the pockets of the wealthy, learn how to grow, learn how to properly take care of the plant after you harvest it, share product with other people, especially sick people who need it, because it can really cut down on some of the hoops they have to jump through in their life, some of the costs associated with maintaining proper medicine for their illness, or for their family member who's ill. But if we can just get to sharing, because there's literally no need if people come together and everybody's growing something, and I suggest that you grow something different than what everyone else is doing. I suggest make a product that nobody else is making. Make medicines that nobody else is making. You go into a dispensary and it's a medical marijuana dispensary, but all it really is just a pot shop. It's just, here you can consume weed in concentrates, you can consume it in edibles, and we got smokables, and we got vapes, and a couple of tinctures here and there, and this is what we call medicine. It's not what I call medicine. When I think about herbal medicine, I've been using herbal medicine, God, since I was in my 20s. Homeopathics, herbs, vitamin, minerals, aminos, all of it. That's how I've stayed healthy through the years. Very, 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 very little and few and far between pharmaceuticals go into me. Only when it becomes absolutely necessary. It's like, this is the only thing that's gonna freaking take care of this particular thing. So make medicine, share with your friends. If you need help setting up, let's get together. Let's help you create a garden space in your yard. Let's show you how to grow. Let's show you how to make medicine. Let's show you how to avoid the taxes. Let's show you how to keep from putting money into the pockets of the people that decided they had more control over your life than you do and threaten you with cages if you don't comply with their little pot scheme. Let's not give them any benefit. Let's take everything from them as much as possible. Take it all away. Teach as many people and share as much as possible as you can, and then maybe, just maybe, we can get to a point later on in the future where we don't have to jump through hoops like this. I've seen a couple different people talking about different little initiatives and things they want to run, and I'm just going to laugh, because these are the same people that walk away. These are the same people that talk and talk and talk and never do. These are the same people that have limited visions. They're the same people that want to keep prohibition in place. They don't want to repeal felony prohibition. They just want to leave it there, and they think all they have to do is this little thing or this little thing, and it's going to make everything all perfectly okay. And it's not. It's bullshit. It's short-sighted and not thinking through things. You're not going to get anywhere as long as you have felony prohibition in place. Nowhere. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be a threat. But in the meantime, let's share. Let's teach others. Let's grow a community, a cannabis community, where we all give a damn enough about each other and what we're doing to prevent the corporate ladder, the corporate scheme from just taking off like mad. I mean, it's probably going to anyway. But the more people we can bring out of that system, the more people that don't become dependent upon dispensaries or rec stores in order to feed them your money, your hard-earned dollars, just to have cannabis when you can grow it in your own damn yard. Okay? So let's think about ways that we can free it as much as possible from the frame that we're in, just like people have always done. And then, because we're talking about a new baseline for everything was illegal to now only some things are illegal, but still we have prisons on top of that. So let's teach each other how to navigate through this space. Let's push forward and make things happen for ourselves instead of making things happen for corporate fat cats. Thanks.